Hey y'all, it's Paul and Natasha from Nomadic-AF. Today we are going to talk about some habits we picked up while living in Latin America over the last 11 years.
That we'll probably need to break if we go back to the States, because it would be weird.
It would be weird. Some of these habits just don't carry over back into the States. And it's nothing bad, but it would just be weird.
Yeah, let's take a look at a few of them.
All right. So the first one we picked up in Nicaragua, and we have carried it with us because we see it a lot of places.
Yeah, it's just commonplace here in Mexico too.
It's lip pointing. So instead of like that guy over there, you would point
that guy over there,
like with your lips. And yeah, fine, that's great here. But if I were to point out like some bartender and be like,
yeah, that girl.
That girl. Like, that would be weird,
that
right?
would be really weird.
Nobody would know what the hell I was doing. It's very commonplace down in Latin America, especially in certain countries like Nicaragua. But that's something we'll have to break. That's something we'll have to get out of.
Another weird Mexican habit that we would need to break is paying only in cash.
We only carry cash.
Yeah, I don't think in the States that they do. They do with like wallet and stuff.
I've never carried cash in the States. Always just a credit card.
Yeah.
But a lot of the places we eat and drink, or well, you don't drink anymore, but a lot of places we eat and get coffee shops, nobody expects credit cards. Nobody accepts them, so we have to carry cash.
Even tiendas and stuff, unless you're at like a big box chain like a Walmart or something, you're probably not paying with a credit card.
Yeah, so we have to get out of that habit of keeping cash in our pockets everywhere we go.
I don't even take a credit card with me
I don't even carry one.
Yeah.
I don't even have one in my bag or anything. Yeah. All right, so another habit that we are very deep into that is really now second nature is just saying good morning to everybody.
Yeah, and this started in Jamaica for us.
It did. We got reprimanded pretty hard in Jamaica for not saying it.
Yeah, we were walking down the street and we passed a woman, you know, cordial, whatever, as Americans. And she turned around and she stopped us after we passed and she said, "Did I do something to offend you?" And we're like, "What? No, of course not. We were just, you know, passing." She said, "You didn't say good morning?"
Well...
Oh,
that was, but now, in the past 13 years since then, 11 in Latin America, you say good morning to everybody. And I mean everybody. Everybody you pass on the street, everybody you see in a shop, everybody in a restaurant. It's always buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
And if you don't, it is considered rude. You don't just barge into a store and be like, "I want that." You've got to go through your pleasantries to get what you want.
Yeah.
And in the States, could you imagine walking by somebody and being like, "Good morning, good morning"?
Yeah,
good morning.
I did do that when we were on our little trip in New Orleans like 10 years ago. I said
that was terrible.
Hello to someone who looked at me like I spat on them.
that they do not expect niceties or want them. But that is something we'll have to get out of the habit of doing. Yeah,
I don't think it's weird. I think it's normal now, but
it would be weird in the United States.
It would be weird in the United States, yeah.
All right, another good one that I do just instinctively and don't even think about it is the Mexican
hand gesture.
Thank you, hand gesture.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of catch-all, but it's this. Yeah, it's just this.
Doesn't this look like something
like "fuck you," right? Doesn't that what that look like? But no, that's just like "thank you." If a car lets you pass, if somebody lets you pass, if somebody says good morning. Yeah. It's really, you just use it for everything, right?
Yeah, and I could see how people would be like, "What are they doing?"
What the hell? If you went to the States and somebody's car let you pass and you're like that, they're going to be like, shit's going to pop off. But yeah, that weird thank you hand gesture that we're so common that we use 100,000 times a day is going to have to break that habit.
Yeah, that's definitely considered weird in the United States probably.
Yeah, and this next one
is
similar, and we're gonna get hate mail from this, right?
Yeah.
So if we go back to the States with this little habit,
and I'll start I like this habit.
I do too.
Yeah.
So this is, if you're in a real establishment, I don't mean like a tourist restaurant in Mexico or a high-end restaurant in Mexico. I'm talking if you're getting tacos, if you're at a breakfast spot, if you're in a small little bar, any local establishment, the server is not going to come check on you.
Yeah, it's not how it works here.
No, it is your job to get the attention of the server.
Yeah.
And that can be done with a snap, a whistle, a hey,
amiga,
Hoban, Hoban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People do snap.
Yeah, I've seen them snap. Just to
I
get
don't snap, but I do like get their attention when I need something, and I used to
I wouldn't
not
snap.
do that.
I wouldn't
I
snap.
would snap. I don't snap, but I do get their attention, and it did feel weird for a very long time because I am by trade a server and bartender in the States. No, I guess I haven't been for about 15 years now. But that I would have considered that rude.
That would have been extremely rude.
Yeah.
If I went back to the States and got a server's attention, but to snap so she heard me and wave
but
at her.
Servers and bartenders aren't constantly checking on you. They got other shit to do, and they're not constantly bothering you. You tell them when you want something.
Yeah, and I think that's the way to do it. I
Yeah.
really do. I
Yeah.
don't need you coming to the table every 5 minutes when I don't need anything.
hey.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But that will not fly in the States
No.
at all.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to stick with the restaurant theme here. And this is one that would be really weird in the United States too, but it is a habit that we have picked up in Mexico and along our travels throughout Latin America. And that is walking into a restaurant, you say provecho.
To every table that looks up at you when you walk by.
Every table that you pass by, yeah.
So you're talking to strangers, interrupting their meal while they eat, and it's expected, and it's a nicety that should be expected.
And if you don't, you're considered rude.
It is. So, and we get it told to us 100,000 times a week.
Not that we're rude. That
No,
provecho.
Right. No, it's not provecho. But somebody will say provecho every time they walk by you when you eat. They say provecho, which just means like enjoy, enjoy your meal, right? I'm sorry I interrupted you when I walked by.
Yeah.
Finish your meal and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Provecho.
Provecho.
If I said that, can you imagine walking?
You also say it when you leave.
Yes. Can you imagine walking into some restaurant? It's some like table full of MAGA dudes eating, and you're like provecho.
Enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy your food.
You're like, what the fuck is your problem? Yeah.
That will definitely need to end once we go. If we
for sure.
If we go back to the States.
I don't know that we will, but okay.
Okay. Another thing that's going to seem weird to Americans, very weird as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
is 13 years in Latin America, we've learned that when you meet someone, brand new even, someone's hot-ass Latina girlfriend, you are going to kiss them the second you meet them.
Yeah, almost immediately.
Almost immediately.
Yeah.
Maybe not with your, certainly not on the lips, and maybe your lips aren't going to touch their skin, but you're going to be like, and hello, great to meet you.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
walking into some bar being like, hey, I'm Paul. Like, no, you don't do that shit.
No.
But it's quite regular, and it was hard for us to get used to, especially, is it one cheek?
Yeah.
Is it two? Who's dictating? Am I leading? Is this a dance? Like, I don't understand what's going on.
I still don't really know, but
Yeah,
I just
go with the flow.
I go with it. Yeah, I fall into whatever they do.
But when you do meet, and I'm sure this is big in Europe and all over Latin America, but it ain't a thing in America,
It's not the
and
thing
that
in the
is
United
something
States,
we
yeah.
better get out of the habit of doing.
Yeah. So another weird habit that we'll need to break when we go to the United States, if we go to the United States, which I'm not planning on doing, but anyway, is striking up a conversation with strangers. I strike up so many random conversations throughout the day.
And they're struck up with us.
And they are struck up with us too. And it's really nice and uplifting to go to your coffee shop and to talk to the barista.
Or the guy at the neighbor table, or anybody, right?
Yeah, people love conversing.
We strike up, and people strike up conversations with us 20 times a day as strangers. And like good conversations, like not just what do you do for a living, but some serious fun conversations. And if you can't approach a stranger in the States and pretend like you're just going to start talking to them, that just doesn't.
And Mexicans won't ask you what you do for a living.
That's true
yeah,
too.
They care more about the things you're interested in, your hobbies, your family, what you like to do with your free time. They don't care about your job.
Right. So striking up conversations with strangers is probably something we're going to have to get out of the habit of. Yeah. All right. So a habit I am deep into, and it is almost compulsive at this point, is hoarding coins and small bills.
Yes.
And there's a reason for that down here is very few people are willing to make change, especially for large bills.
Unlike the States where they start out with a bank and they can just give you money out of a register, they start the money with whatever the first bill that someone gives them for the day, and they ain't gonna have change for you.
Right. So if I want something and I don't have a correct change or small enough bills, I'm probably not getting it.
Yeah.
So I leave my pockets flush. I sound like the damn change guy walking down the street with my pants rattling, but That you don't need to do that in the States because we would never carry cash or coin.
Yeah,
I
we
would
don't.
never pay with cash.
Yeah,
in the
and
States.
we need coin for the bathrooms too.
That's
like
a true
public
story.
bathrooms as well. You don't want to be without a coin if you need to use the bathroom.
All right.
Okay, so this is definitely something that I have picked up in Latin America and carried through into Mexico with us, and it's a weird habit that we will probably need to break if we go back to the
Or
United
won't even
States.
need it.
Yeah, we won't even need it. Yeah, is scanning every step you take while you're walking.
Every step you take. The minute you get distracted, you're on a loose cobblestone, a slippery cobblestone,
Yeah.
uneven pavement. Like in the States, when a subdivision has their sidewalk laid, it's
Yeah.
laid by one person, and
That's
that's it. Here, every person is responsible for the sidewalk in front of their house.
Yeah.
That could be wooden planks, stepping stones, poured concrete,
Yeah.
a slab of plywood. It could be anything.
Cobblestones,
Or it
yeah.
could just be uneven, like you're walking up and down every
Yeah,
step.
yeah.
If you do not look at every step you're taking down
Yeah.
here in Mexico, you will be on your face.
Yeah.
The end.
You also need to look up too, because I have walked into so many signs that I cannot even.
Yes, so looking down at your
Legitimately.
feet, looking for dangerous steps, you will also bang your head into low-hanging signs.
Yeah.
So,
Be
but
aware.
in the States, that's not shit you got to worry about. I will still rather live here.
Yeah, and along those same lines, this is going to be the last one we talk about, but is looking both ways
To cross.
to cross on a one-way street.
Absolute 100% necessity. That is just a habit that's axiomatic. Like,
Yeah.
I get to a street and look, bro, motorcycles and bicycles and even delivery cars do not give a shit about your one-way street. And they
No.
do not care that you're about to cross it because that's your damn fault for not looking the opposite way on a one-way street.
Yeah, and Mexico has different police like different types of police. So if a regular police officer sees you doing
A state officer.
Yeah, a state officer sees you doing some weird shit driving, they are legally not allowed to pull you over. It has to be specific
Tráfico.
traffic police. Yeah.
So
They don't care.
they don't care. They don't give a shit. But that is a habit that is really, you just have to do it for safety. And in the States, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do anything
Look
like
both
that.
ways, yeah.
But Mexico's still better to live in, 100%.
Yeah. So let us know some of the weird habits you think that we do that are weird. And that we'll need to get out of when we
And any
return.
that you picked up in your travels, regardless of the country you've been to.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Definitely like and subscribe as well because it helps our channel out a lot and we greatly appreciate it.
Very much.
Until next time, guys, safe travels.
Late.
Lines is-